Hey there, and welcome to today's video. And today we're going to preview this San Antonio home here. It is a HUD acquired property. What that means is the previous owners weren't able to keep up with the payments, and they had an FHA loan. So it's now what is considered HUD acquired. They don't let us use that other F word to describe their homes. It is a HUD acquired property. So if you want more information about HUD acquired properties, you can visit www.hudhomestore.gov to understand what that looks like. I'll share some here in the video with you. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me at 210-260-6617. Now, hopefully what I share with you today is also going to help you sell your home faster and for more money. If you're not familiar with buying property, this could also help you. I'm going to point out some things that I like about this property and some things that I'm not so hot on about this property. Okay, so let's take a look. Now, right off the bat, you're going to see with this property, there is some cracking right above here on this here. It's been repaired. The brick has been repointed. There's also some repair work done along the brick line here. Okay, you can see how it's been patched right there. This is definitely something that is normal. I see this a lot on these two-story properties, especially around the garage area. Doesn't mean that the foundation itself is bad, but it's definitely something to take note of and to ask your home inspector about. And if it gets far enough, you may need to talk to an engineer about it. But full disclosure, I've been doing this since 2007. This property doesn't scare me in that regard, but you always want to refer back to your inspector and or engineer for a final appraisal of what the condition of the property is in the foundation area. So right off the bat here, we're in the living room. Flooring, pretty nice flooring. It's a bit scratched up throughout the property. That is something that I believe is kind of, I don't think it's turned anybody off. I think the flooring is good. You may be able to buff some of these scratches out. I don't know how that's going to come out, but overall the flooring is actually very attractive. A little bit other than being a little scratched up. Something you want to consider if selling your property or buying a property. So you're in a kind of the formal area here, formal dining room, formal living area combo is what that is. Half bath here downstairs. There's no electricity in this property, so it will be a little bit dark in some of these rooms, especially the garage. We're now in the family area of this property. Obviously, if you're selling a home, you want to have the house painted. If it hasn't been painted, this is a HUD acquired property, so they're not going to come in and paint the house for you. They did have it cleaned out and completely cleaned up. Now, there's been foot traffic in here, so the floors are a little bit dirty. You definitely want to have the floors cleaned if you're selling your house. You want to make sure that it's presentable. If you're living there, staged with your own furniture, okay? You want to stage the house throughout. Every single room has a purpose, so you want to stage the kitchen. All the countertops, they're completely clear, okay? You want your countertops as clear as possible when you're selling. You don't have to have every single thing off of it, but you want it staged, okay? You want it to look inviting. You want to stage things in a manner that invites people to imagine themselves having dinner inside or preparing dinner in the kitchen, okay? Or living, or sitting down to a dinner in the dining room, sitting down to a breakfast in the breakfast area, okay? Every room has a purpose, so you want to decorate and or arrange that room in that manner. I do like that the countertops are in good condition. They're not fancy countertops. These are just standard countertops in this kitchen. Nothing wrong with these countertops. If it's okay with you, you can leave these countertops. Other than that, I would go with some nice granite countertops or another material that is trending. And the cabinets, they're totally usable. Okay? Nothing wrong with these cabinets. They are the original builder grade cabinets. Nothing wrong with these cabinets whatsoever. Obviously, some new appliances might be in order. Stove looks like it probably is okay. Typically, HUD will test everything, and there's a little checklist. I didn't check that checklist to see whether everything was working or not, but typically they check the plumbing, they check the air conditioning, they check the electrical, they check all the present appliances, and they'll indicate whether or not they're working or not. So that's one advantage to buying a HUD home is there's a lot of inspections that are already done with the property. Now, you don't want to rely solely on those inspections. HUD does provide you an inspection period. I think it's around 10 to 15 days, but it's a generous inspection period. You don't have to pay for it. It's already part of the contract. Another part of buying a HUD home that can be attractive. If you're buying just a regular residential property with a private owner, you got to pay for that option period, as we call it in that area. You don't have to do that with HUD. So just know that you have to have the inspection. If you want out of the contract, you're going to end up having to send that inspection over to HUD to prove, hey, I'm leaving. I don't want to stay in this contract because A, B, and C part of the inspection. And typically you got to be something pretty bad, like foundation or something like that. But they don't typically miss that stuff when HUD is taking over a property. So just keep that in mind moving forward. But I do love the openness of this kitchen. It's very roomy, something that you definitely want to mention when you're listing your property. This is definitely an asset to the property, the size of this kitchen and openness to the living area, okay? All the bedrooms are upstairs. Now, this is a major point when selling a house like this, and really any house. Every single house has its selling points and it has an ideal buyer for it. So if you're looking to sell your house, you want to make sure whoever's marketing your house understands who the most ideal buyer is going to be for your property. And the most ideal buyer for this property, in my opinion, is going to be a move-up family, okay, with small kids. Why small kids? Because the master is also upstairs. All the bedrooms are upstairs. The master is upstairs. And typically, a family with little kids want to be next to their kids, okay? Because they got to get up in the middle of the night. They got to care for everybody. Someone's got a bad dream, all that good stuff. So everyone's upstairs. Versus being a master that's down. That's typically for a family with older kids, okay? They don't want to hear all that noise from the older kids. They want to be separated from the kids, okay? So big point there. Now, if I was going to market this property, I would look for a neighborhood that has smaller homes, okay? That it makes sense where those owners in that smaller neighborhood or renters, it could be renters, in a neighborhood nearby this property would want to move up to this property, okay? That's who I would hit. That's who I would target. You can get a mailing list, send out the postcards, send out the Facebook marketing. You want to attract those potential buyers to this property. Don't wait for them to find it on Zillow or realtor.com. If you wait, they may not ever find it because sometimes they're just not engaged in the process of looking for a house. You have to help them along the process and say, hey, we have a property that matches everything that you could potentially need, okay? It could be a family that is combining, okay? Maybe they're getting married, okay? All those little data points are out there to be found, and you can market to those data points and let them know that you have a property that is potentially perfect for them, okay? Now, this is a master bedroom. I love the size in this master bedroom. I believe this is a KB home, and KB is, they're notorious for having really big floor plans. I don't care what you say about the builder. They have really big floor plans. A lot of people like that. That's why they do so well out here, because of the floor plans. Now, this bathroom, I think, is one of the reasons that this home hasn't quite left the market. They had a major price reduction, 10%, okay? 10% price reduction on this property. And I think this is a big reason why. This tub, dated. This bathroom, really dated. The whole house is dated, but the bathroom, I think, is a sticking point, because if you look at the countertop there, I mean, gosh, it needs to be replaced. The closet's fine. The setup in the master bathroom is a double vanity facing each other. Okay, so his and hers vanity. Get the his and hers vanity set up. Got a little wall on the side here, so you can both have your separate stuff away from each other and not be worried about it. There's your commode there. Stand-up shower. Also, that definitely needs to be redone. My wife wouldn't let us move in here like this. I wouldn't want to really move in like that. I want to have that shower redone right away. That's your separate his closet over here, or her closet. And moving on to the second bathroom. Okay, second bathroom, not too large. Again, that's going to be dark in there, no power. Not too much to do in that second bathroom. You could retile that bathroom, put in a new vanity, and call it a day, and you're looking good. Maybe some new flooring there. Not too bad on the second bathroom, but the master is probably going to be a little more expensive. Secondary bedroom, standard size bedroom, same flooring throughout, which is nice because a lot of times I see them try to put different flooring throughout, and it all looks like it's in better shape than the downstairs. And really the whole house inside needs to be painted. All the fans could use replacement. They probably work, but again, they probably need replacement if you wanted to bring it up to a modern look. In addition to that, the windows, you can tell, have not been replaced in a long time or ever. They're original windows. So that could get expensive. I don't think there's too many windows. You have about 3 in this bedroom that we're about to look in, and 3 in the master. Inside the unit looks like it's in really good shape here. This secondary bedroom is pretty big. This may be good for a teenager, okay, or even as a guest room. Got your attic space right here. And then probably one of the most underutilized areas, or underdeveloped areas, I should say, in a property, in a lot of homes that I see lingering on the market, is the backyard, okay? Backyard living space, to be exact. Now, this one is not underdeveloped, but if you look here, this side of the deck is all bowed. This deck was probably built as soon as they built the house. And unfortunately, the deck boards all throughout this one are really just like sunken in and bowed. You have a bow that just goes all the way up to the property. So that's not good. The other side of it looks really good though. And it really just needs a paint job. Maybe a couple boards here and there. Really, honestly, I would probably try to get away with just repainting or restaining this deck area here. But the other side, I think, is potentially scaring some people off from purchasing it. If you add up the bathroom updates that are needed and other wants that people have in the property, this side of the deck here is probably telling people, oh, that's going to be expensive to take care of. So other than that, though, having an outdoor living space, if you're thinking about selling your home in the future, maybe in the next 3 years, or you just bought a house recently, don't wait on getting your outdoor living space together. Put in that flagstone patio, put in that concrete pad that you were talking about doing, especially if you're going to be in there for at least a few more years. Get some use out of it. But it's going to be such an asset when you sell the property. Otherwise, if you don't put anything out here in the backyard, you have robbed yourself of outdoor living space and a major selling point here in San Antonio. People love their outdoor grilling space. If you don't put it there, they're going to have a hard time imagining it and putting together the numbers to make you a fair offer on it. But if you have an outdoor space and it's nice and it's maintained, people are going to go above and beyond to get you a nice offer. Now, other than that, pretty normal out here. Nothing fancy. They did try to do some landscaping back here. Didn't quite go too far with it. Roofing looks like it's in pretty good condition on this property. I think this roof has probably been replaced in the last few years, maybe last 5 years. That is just a normal builder grade roof. Nothing fancy about it. This is Texas, so if you're thinking about selling your house and it's maybe 3 months or more away, go ahead and get a roofer out there. Get a check to find out if there has been any hail in the area. The roofer doesn't even have to come to your house to tell you if there were any storms capable of damaging your roof. They can look on a map and they can tell you when the last event happened. If there was wind damage in the area, okay, potential wind damage in the area, they can tell you just by getting your address. Yes, they can tell you, hey, there was an event on this date, they had 2-inch hail. It doesn't mean you had hail on your house, but it means that potentially you could have hail damage on your roof, okay? Don't try to fight the insurance company alone. Get a roofer that has experience and knows what they're doing to come out there and help you. If you do it right and you time it right, okay, especially towards the end of the year, you may not have any out-of-pocket expense getting your roof replaced, okay? Those roofers may make you a deal on a roof and work with whatever the insurance company is willing to pay to get your roof replaced, okay? This HVAC unit looks like it's pretty, or this condenser unit looks like it's in really good condition. Looks like the inside and outside units were replaced really recently. So this house has a lot of pluses in it. I think the pluses really outweigh the minuses. So let's see how this thing goes. I don't expect this house to last too much longer. It's been on the market 61 days. It had a really nice price cut on it. So I expect this house to sell. If you have any questions or you need help pricing your property in the area, give me a call, 210-260-6617. Be happy to help. Thanks, and I'll see you on the next video.